So, more on the epic struggle of trying to find a job right now. I have applied to over 16 places in the last 2 weeks. I haven't heard anything. According to the job descriptions, I'd be qualified. But that doesn't seem to matter. However, if I were to lower my standards and take one of the jobs where I'm only making $11 to $13 an hour, which, mind you, is about the same as working at Subway or Home Depot. Mind you, I have a degree. If I lowered my standards, I could probably get one of those jobs. But I'm already making less than I've ever made. I can't just take another pay cut for stable employment. I can't do that. I'd have to take 2 jobs. And I don't do well with 2 jobs medically. I can't handle doing 2 jobs. Tried it before, did not work. And I don't want to be fired from someplace again. That would be stupid. Knowing your limits is actually a strength. So, if I don't find a job by the end of this month, it's officially July 1st. If I don't find another job by the end of this month, I'm going to start looking at apprenticeships through trade and make the switch. It's a shame because I was brought up that if you want to be anything, you have to go to college. You're nothing if you go to college, or if you don't go to college. School before boys. All these kinds of things were ingrained into my brain that I had to do this stuff if I wanted to succeed, if I wanted to be better than the rest of my family. This coming from a whole bunch of people that are totally blue collar, whether it's fixing semi-engines or making cars at the Chrysler plant in Kenosha, which closed down, I think five years ago. But yeah, my grandma, my grandpa, my uncle worked there. I have another uncle who was in the Army, and now he does odd jobs, but he makes knives. He used to do stained glass windows. And then I've got another uncle that's a geologist, and then my other uncle who has his master's degree. He's having issues finding stable employment, and he's a certified teacher. He's renovated theaters before. He's done folk art performances. He's very gifted, very skilled. He's an author, but you know, he's in his 50s and he's finally got a house and he's taking care of things. He's just very frugal about spending, and he's had to go on several skimpy diets because of costs, because, you know, they kept telling us, go to college, go to college, go to college, and he's proof, even with a master's, that doesn't necessarily mean you get the money. There was a post going around Facebook that required you to have a master's degree, and they paid $15.60 an hour. It wasn't a contract, it was full-time employment with benefits. They only paid you $15.60 an hour, but they required you to have a master's degree. That's ridiculous. How can you pay for the degree that is required for the job? They want you to have all this schooling, but they won't pay for it. And again, with the debates, and a lot of people agreed with it, you shouldn't have to work more than one job to support your family. Our grandparents didn't really have to do that. They had to work one job. Granted, they may have to put some extra hours into that job, but it was available. shouldn't have to. But it's gotten to the point where you have to have 2-3 jobs. I mean, the ladies that I work with that are actually employees at Kohl's corporate, they have to take 2-3 jobs to make ends meet. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 ladies there that each work 2, sometimes 3 jobs just to make ends meet. Whether it's a job going right after they're done at Kohl's, or something they do just on the weekends, like bartend or a waitress, to try and use the tips. It's really a struggle, and it's just crazy when people say you're just not working hard enough for it. It's like, well, not everyone can do the same process. I'm not trying to make up excuses. I'm just saying this is how it is. And when you work towards a change and it doesn't happen, you're sorely disappointed, and sometimes you're poorer than when you first started out. I tried jumping to do what I wanted to do, ended up losing my city job because of making that switch. Lost the benefits, lost the pension, and I haven't been able to recoup my losses since then. It's been over 2 years now since I left, and I'm still no better off. I'm not an analyst officially. I'm having to take contract jobs. I have to stop taking contract jobs because I can't keep having a job with no benefits. I'm not making enough to do something like that, and I can't keep forcing my husband to pay for everything because I can't. Especially when I had that job working for the city. I was making twice as much as he was, and now he makes more than I do because of trying to pursue something. It is what it is. I'm just gonna continue to apply to a bunch of places. Kohl's doesn't sound like they have interest in hiring me, so they keep extending my contract. I don't know. I just can't keep doing this on faith that eventually I'm gonna get hired. I need something more real than that, something more solid than that. I can't have that as an unknown where my paycheck's gonna come from, or if I'm even gonna get one. I can't just not accept the extension either, though, because if I do that, then I'm declining work, and then I don't get unemployment. So, I mean, someone did suggest, what if you just quit here, devoted all your time towards finding a better full-time job? And I'm like, but then I wouldn't get unemployment because I'd be declining work. So, you can't do it. My husband's burned out from doing all the extra stuff. I'm emotionally burned out from not being accepted someplace. And though time and time again I've been told it's not my fault, it's like people aren't telling me something. I don't want to have a negative outlook on things. I'm optimistic that I'm going to get hired somewhere. Maybe even go back to that city job if they'd hire me. But I gotta wait and see what happens on that. In the meantime, I'll just keep applying, and hope something sticks. Because I can't just sit and hope. In conclusion, I need a job. Bad. So, hopefully something comes along soon that sticks. Otherwise, have a great Monday morning. Happy July.